Hey there, folks. Welcome to day 74 of my year of solo board gaming. Sorry for the loud shuffling right near the mic. That's kind of stupid of me. Sorry about that. This is the Future is Bleak week. So we are doing games that involve time travel or the future. And in this, we're doing a solo version of the game Chrononauts. Now, Chrononauts came out originally in the early 2000s. There's a new version out of it. You can see that in the upper left. We are playing with the original OG version from Looney Labs. It is a little bit warped. I apologize for that. I think these cards have been stuck somewhere where they probably should not have been. We've got the timeline set up here, all in its restored glory. This is the way that the timeline is supposed to be. And then we've got some time travelers here, all looking to go home. All looking to go home under different circumstances. So, for example, Betty here will only get to go home if she's in Alt 68 and Alt 69, but in regular 45. So she needs to... JFK has to be murdered, and then 2 patches have to be applied. Now, one of the problems is you don't know when the patches are going to come up, so you got to kind of be flexible enough to just basically get people home as soon as you've got some possibilities to get them home. So the first thing we're going to do is we deal out a bunch of cards. We've got Restore History, Reverse Fate, Titanic Explodes, and Vietnam Peace Corps assigned. So we could actually start there. I mean, that seems like a good place to start. The other thing is that the Titanic has to explode at some point. And it doesn't look like the Titanic... So that's interesting. The Titanic explodes in 1912. 1912 affects 29 and 33. For 33, we need that to be the Alt 33, and I don't see anything about 29. Yeah, 29, we need Alt 29. So if we only need Alt 29 and Alt 33, and those are both affected, one is affected by the Titanic, the other is affected by the Titanic and Lusitania, which will also affect 1917, which we do need to stay regular. We can go ahead and flip Titanic, I think. Titanic will not affect 33 unless Lusitania is also sunk. For now, we are going to reverse fate. We're going to save the Titanic. Titanic avoided the iceberg, and this has caused a ripple in time that has gone all the way up to 1929. The stock market did not crash. And now we got a new patch. So we don't want a whole lot of patches right away. We need to do some stuff with the timeline. So for example, now we've got Titanic Explodes. So our person over here with 29, we're still at 1917. We flipped 29, and now we just need to flip 48. Now 48 will flip, I think, only if we kill Hitler. So hopefully we get to do that. Let's kill Hitler. Let's kill Hitler right now. This will affect a whole bunch of things. This will affect 39, 42. It will not affect 45 yet, 44 yet, because it also has to be affected by Pearl Harbor. 1945 is now changed. And then finally, 1948. Now, Betty was looking to go back to the regular 1945, but she's going to have to wait a little bit. So that is affected by that. So now we're in prime position to go ahead and get Renee sent back. Reverse fate. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to play this 1942 scenario. Now, 1942 does not pop up positive anywhere here. So at some point we're going to have to restore 1945, which means we have to save Hitler. Ugh. And before we do that, we're going to have to make sure that we get Koresh's little ministry here taken care of. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We have avert disaster. We have lots of different things here. We kind of need to get I'm going to separate this out into things that we can do and patches. There we go. So let's take a look at what we need. Do we need 91 at all? Are we ever going to need 91? And the answer is no. I don't see it as an alt here anywhere. I'm just doing a quick double check. So we're going to actually get rid of 91 just to get it out of our hands so we can get something else useful here. 1999. We do need 1999 at some point. We need to get this in place. For this, we need to have the regular Andrew Johnson. We need to have Warsaw hosting the games. So we'll have to affect D-Day over there at some point. And we have to get guns banned over here. Now, guns will be banned if John Lennon is saved. That will also affect the Challenger exploding, but only if we kill Ronald Reagan. If Ronald Reagan is killed, then we're good to go. Do we have a regular 86 anywhere? We have a regular 86. We do have a regular 86 that is Fruit Basket. And for that, we need Andrew Johnson impeached. So there's going to be some back and forth here that's going to be difficult. And I don't want to get rid of too much right away. If we take care of the Hindenburg, if we avert a disaster there, that will affect 1950. And we do need a regular 1950. And it doesn't look like we have a... We don't have a negative 1950 anywhere, so that's kind of frustrating. I think for now, I guess what we could do is just affect... Let's affect 1995. So we're going to flip 1993. We're going to reverse fate. This will affect 1995. This is now flipped. We can't patch it yet because we don't actually have the patch. So Nazis win. That is only playable if Hitler is alive and Pearl Harbor does not happen. We don't ever need this one, so we're going to get rid of it. The only 1945 that I know of is Betty, and that's only if we drop A-bombs on Japan. So good to know. All right, let's see. Can we do 1968? Would that help? No, because that's going to have to be after we restore Hitler. We could do... We do have to affect marijuana at some point. So I'm just looking at this. I'm realizing that these two are going to be really difficult to do at the same time. What do we want to do here? I guess we could do... 1999 is going to have to... Let's go ahead and save John Lennon. The Challenger still explodes, but the Columbine High School Massacre doesn't happen. Going to prevent assassination. Now we're going to go ahead and ban guns. And this person is still not going to go home yet. It's going to be a little while before they get to go home. 1948. I think we actually needed that one. We need this one for Renee. Yes, we're going to host the World Fair. And then we're going to save Renee. Renee gets to go home. She's our first time traveler that we're sending home. Abraham Lincoln impeached. I think we need to hold on to that one. Yeah, we need that one for down here. We need 1968. We need that for Rainbow. And then that's... So the rest of these are normal. What can we do? All right, so 42, 95, and 18. Those are all normal. Those are all in place. We just need to get the 95 patch. 86, 44. No. We could go ahead and do the Abraham Lincoln pass so that he's impeached and then patch that. And then we have to affect the Great Depression. Let's go ahead and start getting Fruit Basket and Gunther home. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to even draw that. So we're going to prevent an assassination. We're going to make sure Lincoln doesn't get assassinated. That affects 1968 and also affects 1974. But not yet. We're going to get a halt attack. We're going to impeach Lincoln. We need to get the Lusitania taken care of, so we're going to avert a disaster. The Lusitania. This causes 1917 to flip. 1933 now flips as well because both of those are in place. And we do need 2 cards here. We're a little bit short on cards. 1917 gets patched. Unfortunately, we still need to patch 1918. Prevent assassination. Let's go ahead and prevent the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. That will affect 1918 and 1918 only. 1995, we have the patch for that. 1918. Oh, for Christ's sakes, I could have... All right, we're going to have to do it. Let's draw the next card first. 1945 World Peace. We don't need that at any point. Okay, restore history. So let's use our restore history card. We will restore Ferdinand unharmed in attack. This causes 1918 to pop as normal. And now Yitzhak gets to go home. Stupid waste of a couple cards there. Let's see. We are going to now reverse fate. Now we will kill him again. 1918, because we need to get 1918 patched at some point. So now we got to, we're going to halt an attack on Pearl Harbor. This affects 1944. So now D-Day is affected. This is still affected over here. Draw a card. President King's not going to take office for a while. So 44, we get the Warsaw Games. And now 1868, unfortunately, is not the case. 44 is in place, 99 is in place, but we still have to fix, we have to patch the mild depression first. Fairgoers love German cake. That one we can go ahead and put in. 69, Apollo still lands on the moon. 86, however, we don't get to legalize marijuana until we deal with Reagan. The mild recession, we needed this one. So now we have 1868, Abraham Lincoln impeached. The mild recession, Challenger explodes. Fruit Basket seizes opportunity to go home. Reversed fate, restore history, and that. We still need President King to take office, so we still need Andrew Johnson, Abraham Lincoln to be impeached. Actually, I take that back. We don't need 1974 in here, do we? None of these require 1974, so we're actually going to get rid of this and just draw another one. 45A, we're not going to worry about that. World War II. None of these folks have World War II, so we're going to get rid of that. 1950. Again, none of these folks have that. So we are just basically burning anything where we don't really need that. 39, 69, 86. I think at this point now we have to wound Reagan. We need 19... Yeah, we have to wound Reagan here. So we're going to reverse fate. Just a generic inverter card. Reagan is assassinated. 86 flips because both Lenin was nearly killed and Reagan was assassinated. And then 1991 flips. Another reverse fate card. We've only got a few cards left here. We need... Can we flip Andrew Johnson yet? And I think we can. And the reason I say that is because 1868, the only thing that affects is this up here and this Nixon resigning. But we don't have a 74, an alt 74 in here. So we can go ahead and flip this. So we're going to reverse history. Lincoln is assassinated. This is nullified. And I think something I realized is that because of what I did earlier, the 1918 patch is no longer in place. Gunther can't go home. So that was kind of stupid. But now 1868 is regular. 1944 is Warsaw hosts the Olympic Games. 1999 guns are banned. So Jinon goes home. I have to look that up and see if that is correct. We still need A-bombs dropped, and we still need fairgoers love German cake. I think at this point we have to kill... We kind of need... we need marijuana to be legalized first. So let's go ahead. We can't affect 1968 without affecting 1969. And I kind of need 1968 to be flipped to get this and this taken care of. So this is going to be really tricky. I think at this point, what we do is we could flip 17, 18. He's not eligible to go home. We're going to get rid of our reverse fate here. Restore history. I think we're going to get rid of the restore history. This is not looking good here. Cosmonauts orbit moon. We're going to have a lot that we have to fix here, aren't we? Let's get rid of the avert disaster because I don't think that's going to come into play. Sabotage. We're going to go ahead and sabotage Sputnik. We're going to go ahead and get some of these people home. So that is going to affect 1969. We'll go ahead and play this now. It's going to give us 2 more. We're going to prevent an assassination. We're going to prevent JFK from dying. That'll flip 1968. Last 2 cards. So we are going to... Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, I never should have pushed on the Apollo, up the Sputnik one. That was just a bad move. All right, 1918. We finally got the patch for it. So Gunther goes home. Hoorah! The problem here is that because that's in place, I can make it so that Hitler comes back, and 1945 is returned to normal, and that will allow me to get Rainbow and Betty home. Andy is stuck because I misplayed it. 86, we can go ahead and play that. Marijuana is now legalized. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and reverse history here. Hitler's now saved and Pearl Harbor's restored. This will reverse the patch, that patch there. This will reverse this patch here. This will fix this. 1948 is fixed. Israel's founded. And now Betty, seeing her timeline become available, goes home. Rainbow comes home. I needed 2 things to do that. That leaves us 1 card short, but we can't restore 1939 to its its previous state. So essentially, I don't think there was anything I could have done. The patch for 1986 was a little too far down in the deck for me to still have enough cards to do that at the end. So I'm not sure if that was winnable. I really don't. But that is the game. That is 2 games now. We're going to go ahead and move on to something else tomorrow. And I will see you then. Do all the YouTube things. Click like, click subscribe, click the bell icon for more notifications, and tell me what I did wrong here. That can involve lifestyle choices. I've not lived a good life. Tell me all sorts of things. Ciao.